by yourself.
My name is Lion Winston Willis. I'm the secretary for the First Responders Lions Club. I'll be introducing to you my sister in service today, very close friend. She started off guiding our club when we first got started, helping us all along the way get set up. I just want to introduce you, Michael. The individual that's going to be co-hosting with me today, Pauline Francis, very close to our club. If we would, please give her a round of applause. Pauline, it's all you.
Okay, at this time, good morning everyone. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I'd like to call on Bishop Nathan Williams to do the introduction.
Let us pray. Eternal God, as we come this morning, we gather here as Lions. Lord, we ask you to be in our midst. We ask you to continue to pour your blessing down upon us. What a great day to come to serve. What a great day to come to fellowship. We thank you for this great opportunity. Bless every line. Bless every officer. Bless everyone that's represented in their respective position. This we pray. We ask in Jesus' name. And the people said, Amen.
And of course, if you would all stand, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. It's going to be led by
in unison, please. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Maybe say within the Lions organization, obviously most of you are Lions here, and for those of you who are our special guests, within the Lions organization there's quite a bit of structure, and that structure is obviously led by people who've been around, who have established themselves, who've taken the time to learn not only what it is to serve, but what it is to lead those who serve. So the next individual that I want to introduce to you is Lion Deborah Harrison. She'll tell you a little bit about herself. There's so many things that she's done. She is our guiding lion, and she will introduce herself. Miss Lion Francis. Lion Francis is going to give you a little bit of history of Lion Deborah, and then she'll go on and tell you more about her.
Lion Deborah has been a member of the Lawton Lions Club since 2002. She has served her club as a two-term president, director, membership chair, tail twister, and has chaired several committees. Deborah served as the multiple District 20 Council Chair 2020-2021. She also served as District Governor 2019-2020, as District Cabinet Secretary 2012 to 2013. She served 2 terms as Zone Chair, 2 terms as Region Chair, and Region at Large, Regional Manager, District Leo Chair, District Convention Chair, and District Hearing Preservation Awareness Chair. She has worked on several district committees. She's a certified guiding lion, a graduate of the Multiple District 20 Leadership Institute, and has been a 2-time presenter at the District Midwinter Convention. She's also a transporter of donor corneas for the Lions Eye Bank of Long Island for the past 10 years, and was president of Lions District 20K1 Foundation for 2 terms. For her service to Lions, she has been awarded the International President's Medal, International President Letter of Commendation, multiple District 20 past President Governors, past District Governors Association Leadership Achievement Award, 2 District Governors Appreciation Award, the Melvin Jones Fellowship, the Robert J. Uplinger Distinguished Service Award, the Alexander T. Wells Distinguished Service Award, the Progressive Alexander T. Wells Distinguished Service Award, and 2-time recipient of the Lion of the Year Award. And Deborah is now past council chair. She's a retired past president of Office Services and Telecommunication, and is recently the executive vice president of a prominent Westchester travel agency. She was an adjunct professor at the King's College, where she taught management courses and facilitated several customer service courses. Lion Deborah has 2 daughters, Sandra and Tiffany, 2 granddaughters, Ty, 1 grandson, David Alexander, and 1 great-grandson, Joseph Carter. Lion Deborah loves to dance, watch old movies, and is an avid sci-fi and superheroes fan. I have pleasure in presenting my Deborah, past council chair, Deborah Harris.
Thank you very much. That was a long ride here. But it's a pleasure to be here. But my most pleasure comes from being appointed as a guiding lion for the First Responders Lions Club. I know most of the members. I'm going to have a ball doing this. I'm going to have a ball being able to pass on what I've learned over the years of being a lion. So I ask the First Responders Lion to keep doing what you're doing. Service is what we do. Service is who we are. And there's a lot of service, as you know, that needs to be done in this world. Every day something is happening. So where there's a need, there's a line. So First Responders, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to work with you. And I will be with you for the next 2 years. So thank you.
So, as many of you know, the Lions Club is one of the largest foundations, organizations around the world in over 200 countries, and it's constantly growing. And we at First Responders Lions Club, even though we're a new club, we're constantly growing. We're trying to constantly bring in Lions who are committed to service, who are committed to community, and basically want to make the world a better place, as Guiding Lion Deborah Harrison just spoke of. Guiding Lion Deborah Harrison is now going to actually be inducting a new lion into our organization this morning. So for those of you who've never seen an induction ceremony, she will do the induction ceremony, and you'll get to see a new lion being brought into the organization.
I need a script. It's my pleasure, honestly, my pleasure to induct you into Lioness. Please raise your right hand and say your name where I give mine, and then repeat after me. I, Deborah Harrison, in the presence of the members
In the presence of the members,
of the First Responders Lions Club,
First Responders Lions Club,
I pledge to uphold the Constitution
pledge to uphold the Constitution
of Lions Club International,
of Lions Club International,
the Constitution
the Constitution
of multiple
month
District 20,
of District 20,
the Constitution
Constitution
of District 20K1,
of District 20 K1,
and the Constitution and bylaws
Constitution and bylaws
of the First Responders Lions Club.
of the First Responders Lions.
I further declare
Further declare
that I will assist
that I will assist
in maintaining,
in maintaining,
building,
building,
and strengthening the membership of this club.
membership of this club.
I will help the club by actively serving
I will help the club by actively serving,
and providing help
providing help
wherever it is needed.
wherever it's needed.
I will practice the principles
I will practice the principles
of the Lions Code of Ethics
of the Lions Code of Ethics,
and fulfill the purpose
fulfill the purpose
of Lions Club International.
of Lions Club International.
And I will add my personal one. I will pay my dues on time.
I will pay my dues on time.
Now by the power vested in me by Lions Club International, I formally and honorably induct you into the First Responders Lions Club. Thank you very much.
So again, within our Lions Club, there are many things that we do to serve the community. Many of it, many times it goes unrecognized, but we like to take the time every now and then to recognize the service of our fellow Lions, the accomplishments and the achievements and their commitment to Lionism. So right now, Pauline Francis is going to talk a little bit about an award that we're about to present to one of the members of First Responders.
You know, Lions Club International is the largest service club organization in the world. We have 1.4 million members in 48,000 Lions clubs located in 112 countries and geographical areas of the world. Lions Club International was founded by a gentleman by the name of Melvin Jones. He told his club in Chicago, he's from Chicago, and he told them he wanted to have an organization that gives back to the community. And that's how Lions Club International was founded. And now, after his death, we have an award. It's not really an award, we call it Melvin Jones Fellowship. And it was made to honor service-minded people all over the world. And at this time, we have Carrie Ann. Is it right? Oh, I'm sorry. Pascal Lass.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, PDG Polly, for this introduction. My name is Pascal Les, and I'm the Lions Club International Foundation coordinator for the First Responders Lions. Today, I'm pleased to announce that one of our members of the First Responders Lions Club is the recipient of the Melvin Jones Fellow. As she contributed $1,000 to the telethon challenge that was organized by the Lions Club International Foundation. So, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome Carrie Ann to receive this award.
On this camera. On this camera.
And now I'm about to pin her. And on behalf of
Opa!
like to thank you for your contribution, and we look forward to the members to see more of this contribution.
I don't know if I properly introduced myself earlier and told you a little bit about some of the things I do. Obviously, many of the members of First Responders Lions Club are either active law enforcement, or they're retired law enforcement, or they're just active with and have ties to the law enforcement community. They're civilians who maybe work within the law enforcement community. In addition to that, I also do a lot of stuff outside dealing with coaching. I coach soccer. I'm a licensed soccer coach. And so over the years, I've worked with kids as small as 5 years old, and now I actually coach at York College as well. So I've gone through the different ranks and coached different levels. This next family that I'm going to introduce to you, I actually met them when my daughter was playing, and she was about 5 or 6, and they've come to camps that I've been a part of. So they're kind of special to me because I've seen the kids grow up. Now they've endured, like many of us, they've endured some challenges over the last couple of years with COVID, loss of life. I'm not going to get too detailed about their loss. However, I admire them because their mother has held it together very well after losing her husband. The kids have held it together, and I continue to see them thrive. So if you would all please give a round of hand, an applause, if you will, as I introduce the Fletcher family, and if Ronnie and the family would just please come up real quick. I just want to acknowledge you within the organization, so please come up. So, just to tell you a little bit about the Fletchers, Ronnie is the mother hen, if you will. I've known Ronnie for years. As I said, I've coached the kids since they were a lot smaller. And again, like a lot of us, she's endured losses. You can see her husband is not here. He's not with us anymore. He's passed on. But throughout all that, you can see she's held this family together. They're thriving. They're doing well in school. They're still very active. And we wanted to come up and acknowledge them and acknowledge the work that she's done, and then acknowledge the work that the family has done to keep together and be stronger. And part of what we do as a Lions family is to try to make sure we recognize our community members who go through challenges, and we can serve them and figure out ways to serve them. Lion Andrew Walker, who's part of the First Responders, and by the way, Ronnie and the family thought they were just coming here for a breakfast, so I'm sorry if I'm catch you guys off guard a little bit. They thought they were just coming here for a breakfast, but Lion Andrew Walker has a presentation that he'd like to present to them just for being steadfast and enduring and continue to stay together as a family.
We would like, I was honored to present this family some gift cards and appreciation. We want to present the children some gift cards and to thank them for being such a strong family and for the sacrifices they have given. We want to say thank you for being an example. Sorry. We gave some gift cards to the children and a $200 certificate from Glam B. We want to take care of herself.
No, it's not a microphone.
Right. I say we're giving her a gift card from Glam B to have a little treatment for herself and a spa treatment, massage, full treatment.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dimple and Coach. Thank you very much. Thank all of you it is an honor to stand before you representing my husband. He passed at the very start of the pandemic. He was a hero for the city, so much like, just like so many of your loved ones who were first responders, whether they survived or didn't, who ran into an unknown situation with fearlessness. You know, thank you for honoring us, and thank you for your loved one's sacrifice and those of you who did it as well. Even in the midst of the trauma, when my husband passed, that's when they had dead bodies rotting on Utica Avenue at the very start. And even despite all of the trauma, I'm pleased to say, because of the community support, because of love from our village, my 2 sons have graduated from school. He's graduated from high school at 16. You know, my daughter is thriving, you know, and even in the midst of the trauma and the pain, just like this organization, out of that trauma and loss, those seeds were sown to grow blessings for other people. So thank you very much, and we appreciate it, and I wish all of you continued success in turning pain into prosperity and finding the blessing in the sadness of the situation. Thank you. Sada? Ziggy?
So next on the agenda, Lion Pauline is going to introduce some of the Lions community, visiting Lions, Lion dignitaries, if you will, and we just want to acknowledge them as we go around the room.
Okay, we're going to find them. I know we have the past council chair Deborah Harrison. Now, our second vice district governor, I saw it before, Romeo Hicklon. Past district governor, Jackie Williams. Past district governor, Jackie Phillips. And also past district governor, Ralph Monroe. Are there any more past district governor? Past district governor, and the region chair, and the zone chairs? Zone chairs? Okay. Other visited Lions, please stand. Thank you all very much for coming up. Okay, at this time, I would like to call up Ryan Worthington.
Good morning, everyone. I know everyone's happy to be here. Like myself, happy to be here. If you're happy to be here and you support the First Responders Lions Club, I need a round of applause. So we know that this is a service organization. We know that we all came here to support the Lions Club, support families, support our community, and support. So with that being said, I have this nice little raffle right in my hand, and I'm gonna come around the table, and I know you guys are gonna dig deep in your pockets and show all of your support and buy some raffle tickets so we can help support our community. We also have T-shirts in the back for sale, so dig deep in your pockets and get a t-shirt, or actually a nice polo shirt, not a t-shirt, these beautiful polo shirts that we wear here. See our model right here? It's a beautiful polo shirt that we wear. So make sure before you leave, everybody has to have a t-shirt, a polo shirt, and everybody has to have a raffle before you leave, all right? Or we're gonna have to get your bellies more full and you won't be able to walk out of here right, all right? So raffles and shirts. Oh, and the prices, $5 for a raffle, right? But if you buy $20 worth of raffles, then we give you a free one. Right?
Yeah.
Also, if you buy a shirt, you automatically get a raffle. Alright? So the shirts are $25. $25 for the shirts, you get a free raffle ticket, and if you buy $20 worth of raffles, you get both for free. Alright? Thank you.
What are the prizes?
Can't tell you.
Okay, at this time I would like to call up Lion Patrice Vassar. Lion Patrice. And she'll speak about Lion's project for Canine Companion.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So, we have a raffle ticket for the K9, which is $5. And
All right, let me help her out there. All right, so as first responders, and one of the things that started first responders was recognizing that even though we go out there and we're supposed to be the heroes, the guys in uniforms, the guys who are trained to deal with adversity, we also deal with adversity within ourselves. It's tough. It's tough sometimes to be a firefighter. It's tough sometimes to be a police officer. You know, you see a lot of things in this city that some guys take home with them. It affects them. You know, same thing with our military. Our military goes out there, they defend our country, they defend our freedoms, but they also deal with certain traumas. America and the rest of the world is starting to recognize the toll that can take on these people who are going out there to be the heroes, right? They also are recognizing the importance of having the community involved and bonded with our first responders, our firefighters, our police officers, and our military. So one of the reasons that first responders started is to allow first responders like myself, men and women in uniform, to have more interaction with the community and to also find other avenues to have outlets to either express what they're going through or at least divert the attention from the trauma that they may be impacted with. And we've teamed up with another organization within the Lions organization, I should say, called Canine Companions. And what Canine Companions does is they actually train dogs. I've seen the Labrador Retrievers, the Golden Retrievers. They actually train dogs, and it's weird because they will train the dogs and then they will introduce the dogs to either military or first responders who have suffered some sort of trauma or feel like they need the service dogs. And then they'll bring these individuals to the dogs, and the dogs actually select who that they want to be with. So you don't go, like, if I've suffered some sort of trauma and I decide that I would like to have a service dog to help me cope, I'll go with Canine Companions, and I don't get to choose my dog. My dog has to choose me. So we've, like the line president Dimple for our club, she actually is the zone chair or the region chair for the Canine Companions program. And what we're doing right now is we're selling raffle tickets, $5 each, to help promote that Lions organization, Canine Companions, who are obviously helping our first responders and our military veterans by teaming them up with service dogs that help them through whatever trauma that they've suffered. So what Patrice is inviting you to do, if you want to contribute, it's $5 per sleeve, and they're having a drawing, I think in September, for whatever gifts and giveaways they're having. But it's a $5 raffle that you have as well. And everything that you give for this Canine Companions raffle obviously goes directly to Canine Companions. They do all the training of the dogs. Obviously you can go on the Lions Club and you can read more about them. But if you're willing to, then that's what Canine Companions does. And if you have any questions, you can certainly ask myself or Lion Patrice or Lion President Dimple, and we'll tell you more about Canine Companions and what it's doing for our first responders in our military areas. So that's it on that one.
All right, so this is quite interesting. Good morning, Lions. How's it going? I'm Lion Tony Herbert. I have the distinct pleasure. I didn't get the chance to do this, so I actually fought to do this again, so that we can give everybody their proper respect and due diligence. Albeit that our awesome host and MC started out, we didn't properly introduce her, and I want to give her kudos right now. So please, just as again, just want to thank Lion Pauline Francis. This is her bio, so you know exactly who's in front of the room. Lion Pauline Francis is a charter member of St. Albans Lions Club for the past 35 years. She served in every office in her club, including president and secretary. Past District Governor Pauline served District 20K1 as committee chairperson, zone chair, region chair, cabinet treasurer, cabinet secretary, vice district governor, and district governor 2010 through 2011. She also served 2 years as global leadership team coordinator and 2 years as global membership team coordinator. Past District Governor Pauline is a graduate of MD20, Senior Lions Leadership Institute, LCI Advanced Lions Leadership Institute, and LCI Faculty Development Institute. She is also a certified guiding lion. Past District Governor Pauline is a recipient of the Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, Progressive Robert J. Uplinger Distinguished Service Award, MD20 Leadership Achievement Award, and amongst a host of others. Most recently, she received the Lions Club International President Douglas Alexander Award at the MD20 convention. Additionally, she is a past secretary and past president of St. John's Episcopal Hospital Community Advisory Board. Past District Governor Pauline is a retired real estate broker with RE/MAX. She is the proud mother of two children, grandmother to 2 grandsons, and again, our Lions. So once again, please put your hands together for Pauline Francis. Also want to recognize the special guest we got in the house, Grammy Award-winning producer of a number of artists. Please help me welcome Sting International. If you don't know, now you know. He's in the building. And we got another guest on the way. So I'm going to pass it on to this Lion so that she can come and do her due diligence and whatnot and help everybody with regards to upcoming information as well.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good morning or blessed morning. My name is Lion Stacy Robinson, and I'm going to be introducing a very nice, my old sergeant here. Lion Winston Willoughby is a co-founder and secretary of First Responders Lions Club. Lion Winston is a Marine Corps veteran and the commanding officer of the NYPD 73rd Precinct Detective Squad. Lieutenant Willoughby is the partner in service to Charter President Dimple Willoughby and father of 3 children. Lion Winston earned a Master's of Public Administration from John Jay College. He's also United States Soccer Federation's licensed soccer coach and founder of Monarchs United Football Club Organization. Additionally, Lion Willoughby is the head coach of New York University Women's Program. Will you please give a round of applause for Lion Winston?
Thank you, Lion Tony and Lion Stacy for that introduction or reintroduction. Of course, as Lions and as organizations, we know that we cannot do anything without financing and support. So right now, I just wanted to say a special thanks and acknowledge certain people who may or may not be in the room, when they have contributed either through donations or time or resources to what we're trying to do today in this event. First and foremost, I would like to thank Mr. Buhari Law. Is he here? Mr. Ari Law is the owner of this establishment. He's given it as a platform to be able to utilize this establishment. He and his staff have supported us, and if you've noticed and recognized his shirt, not only is he supporting us with his establishment, but he's also a Lion. So we just want to acknowledge him and say a special thank you to Mr. Ari Law and his staff for supporting us in this event. Thank you. In addition, we've been supported by EEP Law Firm. Now, EEP Law Firm, not only are they involved in law, but I know for a fact they do a lot of community-related service. They have a lot of programs for the youth in terms of sports, basketball, baseball, soccer, and they're very, if you ever look them up online, they do a lot of stuff within the community. John Alefterak is one of the partners in that law firm, close friend of mine. If you ever meet John, very outgoing, very giving, and he really believes in trying to do whatever he can for children. But EEP Law Firm, even though they may not have a representative here, they donated over $1,000 to make sure that we could have this event here today. So that's EEP Law Firm. Strings Enterprises Incorporated. I don't know if anyone is here from Strings, but Strings Enterprises Incorporated also did a donation to First Responders Lions Clubs to make sure this happens. Glam Beach Salon, if you notice the bag that we were able to give Ms. Ronnie Fletcher, Glam Beach Salon, they do hair, makeup, massages, all those things. They actually donated the package that Ms. Ronnie Fletcher will be able to have access to and utilize. Retired Detective Jose Santiago, he's not here either, but he did do a contribution as well. Lion Chris Montilal, who's the First Responder Lions Club member. He lives upstate, he was not able to make it, but of course he contributed. And then we have Lion Andrew Walker. Please stand. Andrew Walker, First Responder Lions Club. He also donated towards the gifts for the Fletcher family. And this gentleman, he's usually here. Most of you are going to recognize his name. If you ever meet Pastor to Governor Lion Ozzy Torres, the energy that he brings forth, I wish he was here. I just love to see him interact because, hey, he's humorous. He's got a great sense of humor, and he has a lot of energy. And he's all over the place. So Lion Ozzy Torres, I don't know if members of this club are here. Please, thank you. So, as I mentioned earlier, my co-host today I refer to her as my sister in service. Really, truly, she's almost a sister-in-law because oftentimes the men have to be pushed by the women, and there's no question my wife pushes me. My wife gets me involved in things that I didn't even know I was involved in sometimes. But I gotta thank Lion Pauline Francis because at first I thought it was a rough start between, because my wife is very, if you know, my wife is very strong in her personality. And then I think she met her match for a minute with Lion Pauline Francis. Because she's also strong in her personality. So that's probably why they ended up picking it off so well, because there's not a time, and there's not a person that I know of recent history that my wife talks with more adoration, or my partner in service, I should say, talks with more adoration about than Lion Pauline Francis. Somehow they kicked it off, and they went up to Canada for the forum up there, and I'm hearing they were running the town. But in all seriousness, Lion Pauline Francis has been here from day one with us. She's helped us. I know she called, my wife calls, my partner in service calls her all the time. They're on the phone constantly, they're texting constantly, they're communicating constantly. And Lion Pauline Francis has done quite a few things behind the scenes for our club and helping us establish our club and getting us on the track from the beginning, because when we start an organization, a club, before we even get to the point of the guiding line, we have to get started. And Lion Pauline Francis actually helped us with our paperwork and our organization and making sure we were doing not only the right things, but we're doing them the right way. And that's very important. Those of you especially that are in the Lions organization or any organization know it's very important that you start off doing things the right way. Otherwise, everything that follows, you're going to struggle with. They've already, I think earlier, Lion Tony read the bio of Lion Pauline Francis, but we wanted to personally acknowledge her for her contributions to our club getting started, and we're only 4 months old as a club, but we wanted to acknowledge her contributions to our organization, and knowing that we wouldn't even be here at this 4-month status without our senior line, without our guiding line, without the people who laid the foundation for us to show us how to do things the right way. You know, so Lion Pauline Francis, we wanted to present you with a plaque and our thanks, our greatest gratitude for what you've done for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, first responders. It was a pleasure organizing this club. And as Winston tells you, whenever Lion Dimple says something that I know it's not Lion, not about Lion, I would correct her. And I thought we were gonna kick it off great, but we did in the end. And she listened. And I told her about Lion's protocol and so on, and she adhered to it. So, and I also told her, I said, I know the first responders are gonna be one of the best clubs in Lionism. Okay, and I will continue to work with them. I know Lion Debbie is the guiding lion for this club and so on. But all the clubs that I organize, I still work with them, and they still call me and ask me questions and so on. I wish I answered. And I will do anything for the first responder. And congratulations again. Congratulations on your membership. I see it's going up, which is great for Lions. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, so we also wanted to take a little bit of time today to recognize some of the accomplishments of our Lions, even outside of the organization. As you know, I'm law enforcement, so it's important to me that the men and women who work for me are not only prioritizing service while we're in uniform, but service while we're outside of uniform. So if you'll notice, I have there's some guys in black shirts here who actually work for me while we're in uniform. Well, we actually wear suits for the most part. We work in the detective squad. But I'd like to see if my guys that are in the detective squad, if they come up to the front for a moment. And all these gentlemen are active NYPD investigators. You know, we work in the 7th grade detective squad. Give them a round of applause. Now, I'll tell you personally, I've done every aspect of policing from the patrolman level up to now where I'm a lieutenant. And yes, it's a lot of work. However, that work, especially the work that we do, cannot get accomplished unless we have people within the community who feel comfortable enough, who feel confident enough in what we do to be willing to speak for us. We can't solve cases unless we have the service in the community working with us. So it's important to me, and it's important to these gentlemen who are active NYPD members, that they not only do their work out while we're in uniform or while we're in our suits, but then we take the time to make sure that we also bond with the community. And that's part of where the Lion is helping, giving us a path or a room for us to be able to show. So these gentlemen are all Lions. They're all active in NYPD. And without the Lions Club in the NYPD, I don't know if we'd be able to not only do what we do personally, but do what we want to do within the community. So I want to thank the Lions Club. I want to thank all these individuals within this club right now. Again, this is what Lionism is about. It's not just, we do our service part and we look at, but then we mesh that with professionals within the community, right? And we're able to bring some of these guys in. So I want to give them a round of applause. Now this afternoon, we especially want to acknowledge, within the NYPD, obviously there's certain ranks, even within the detective levels, there's certain ranks, or what we call grades. When you first come, it takes you about 18 months at least to become a detective investigator. That's what we call a third grade detective, right? And there's some guys who are third grade detectives for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, and they never get up to that second grade, or what we call first grade detective, which is the highest level of detective you can be. right? So for an individual to get from third grade to second grade, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work, a lot of, you have to have great work ethic, you have to have great community bonds, you have to have great relationships, especially in the second. It's very important that we have relationships with the community. The better and stronger your relationships are, the more success you'll have. This detective that we're about to acknowledge, after 24 years of service in the NYPD, not counting the 3 years of service that he had prior to NYPD working for the city, after 24 years of service, and 27 total, he finally made it from third grade detective to second grade detective, just within the last month or so. We wanted to acknowledge Detective Second Grade James Tillman on his recent promotion. And we wanted to just present Lion Tillman, Lion James, with a plaque just to recognize his accomplishment. This is not just his achievement, but this means that he has a relationship with the community, and I hope that you guys have a chance to talk to him, meet with him. I guarantee you, you're going to talk to him. It's going to be longer than a 5 or 10 minute conversation. I'll tell you that. But please talk with any of these guys. Talk with Detective Tillman, Lion Tillman, and please, thank him. Let him thank you, because without his relationship with people like you, he wouldn't get the promotion. So thank you. All right.
Hello, Lions. I just have a couple introductions to make a few. I try to speak. My voice is not very strong, like Winston. Okay, I would like to introduce to you our immediate past council chair. Past council chair, Gloria V. Askew. And our immediate past district governor, Anthony Cochran. And his partner, his partner in service, past district governor, Joyce Cochran.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as you know, well, many of you may not know, but I will let you know. In Lioness, the Lioness Declare begins on July 1st of each year. The next line that I'm about to introduce to you is actually our what we call the immediate past district governor, which means that his leadership as district governor just ended on June 30th. We do have a new district governor. But we wanted to take a moment just to acknowledge his leadership over the past 12 months. And I'm just going to read to you quickly the bio of our immediate past district governor, Ron Anthony Cochran. Immediate past district governor Anthony Cochran is a member of the Bedford-Stuyvesant Lions Club, where he's a member for over 15 years. He served both club and district levels. At the club level, he served as the club president, the vice president, and as committee chair of several committees, including the Global Service Team, the Reading Action Program, and fundraising. At the district level, immediate past district governor Cochran served as first and second vice district governor, cabinet secretary, region chair, zone chair, district budget assistant, business manager for Kings and Queens newsletter, and also treasurer of District 20K1 Foundation. He served as vice council chair, Lions Multiple District 20, New York State and Bermuda. IPDG Cochran has a Master of Arts degree in management from Webster University and a bachelor degree with the Lions University. He's also a graduate of the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute in Chicago. And additionally, he retired as the Director of Contracting Directorate at North Atlantic Division of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. IPDG Cochran is a past commander and Vietnam veteran, HG Green Post number 1 based in Brooklyn. He's an author, an active member of the National Contract Management Association, and a member of several historical and veterans organizations. He's also the husband, or he is a husband, a father, and a grandfather. And I'm sure he'll be willing to tell you anything more about that as you like. But our immediate past district governor, I'd like for you to please give a round of applause to Mr. Lionel Cochran. Just to show our appreciation, a small token of our appreciation on behalf of the First Responders Lions Club, which obviously formed underneath his leadership. We wanted to present Lion Anthony Cochran with this plaque award and thank him for his service on behalf of our district and on behalf of Lionism overall. Thank you.
Just so, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? A little louder, how about that? Yeah. Terrific, terrific. I was just told I have to make a speech, so I'll say a few words, but anyway, I'm glad to be here with you this morning. It's kind of early for me. It's not my normal hour. But I'm glad to be here nevertheless. It's always good to join other Lions in their activities. And it's good to see a new club, First Responders, getting really started. We know that Lions make a difference in the world and in the neighborhood. And it's good to see First Responders doing just that. They're making a difference, preparing to make a difference. And I'm also glad to be able to participate in helping First Responders as they get started doing that service. So I want to congratulate you and wish you well going forward in your Lion journey. So congratulations again, and have a great breakfast, everyone.
So as many of you know, Lionism, or Lions Club, one of the things that is very important and critical in order to make sure the organization continues to grow is to foster the youth. Now, this next individual that I'm going to introduce, he's will hopefully soon become a member of First Responders Lions Club. But aside from that, he does a lot of work with the youth. I know that he runs a program called Blue Chips. He'll tell you a little bit about that program. Perhaps he'll introduce a few of the young men that he works with. But Mr. Robinson is here. You just gotta speak right.
Anybody hear me? All right, I'm Officer Robinson, 6th Precinct, also Blue Chips. These are my partners. Blue Chips is a program that was implemented by Lieutenant Mike Amante. It's a great program for the kids. We do things such as sports, community service, and mentorship. And basically this program is not just about sports, but it's about basically providing these kids something positive to do. understand that the climate we live in today, a lot of kids want to be a part. And this program provides that for these kids. They don't have to join gangs. They don't have to be in the streets. They got something to look forward to. So Blue Chips is an amazing program. I just want to thank Ms. Dimple, thank my sister for inviting me to this wonderful event. Thanks to the Lions Club and everybody. And I'm going to pass it along to my partner.
I wasn't supposed to get the mic, but thank you everyone for inviting us today. Again, Blue Chips is a program and an outlet for us to connect with the youth in our community, and mentorship programs, sports outlet, and also we also travel with our youth. We go to like Barclay games, the Mets games, the Giants, the Jets game, and everything like that. So again, thank you for shining light to us and allowing us to be a part of this platform. Thank you, the Lions Club. Thank you, Stacey. And thank you, everyone.
That will be all. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Hold on, before you guys go. So again, in case you missed the name of it, it's called Blue Chips. The program is Blue Chips. You know, I know that one of the things that my partner in service and our guiding line and many of the senior lines that we've met have talked about expanding the Leo program for the youth that are in the room. And guys, I'm going to interrupt your breakfast for a second. Blue Chips, I just want you guys to come up. So when I talk about first responders, and I talk about like even my guys that work with me, making sure they go out into the community. All these are active members of the service, or active NYPD members. And we not only want them to work within the confines, for instance, the 6-2 precinct or the 7-3 precinct, and do the work while they're on duty. But when you look at these guys, if you see them on the street, they're just like you and me, look just like you and me, talk, come from communities just like you and me, right? But they want to do a little bit more than just what we do in uniform. We want to reach out into the community, and we want the community to start seeing all these young men here could be anywhere else on a Saturday morning eating breakfast, but they're with people who are willing to take the time aside from their regular work, just like many of you Lions do. You guys know what we're doing for over 100 years in Lions, reaching out to the community, you know, reaching out to the youth in the community. And this is exactly, hopefully, when we talk with Officer Robinson and his partners, we're hoping to get these guys involved in Leo. That's where you senior Lions come into play to teach us how we start our Leo clubs, how we keep these guys engaged, and understanding, you don't have to wait till you're 20, 30, 40 years old to realize the importance of networking, the importance of speaking with people within the community so that we can make a path for them. We will start off, we'll try to do it in Leos or try to get them involved in Leos, but then we want to obviously keep them on as Lions, knowing that they can do this and they can grow within these programs throughout their teens in high school, into college, into the community. So I want to give a round of applause to not only the officers behind these guys, but these guys who are taking the time to work. Trust me, I know firsthand, working in the 7-3, how important it is to get these guys at 12, 13, 14 years old, and where they can be and what could be happening to them at 12, 13, 14 years old. Notice 12, 13, 14. I'm not talking about 18, 19, 25. It's 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on is what's impacting our community right now. These young men are our future leaders. Whether they know it now or not, they are our future leaders, and they're obviously on the right path thanks to gentlemen like Officer Robinson and his partners. So again, thank you guys for coming out. Thanks for sharing this moment with us and for coming out with it. And I hope you guys enjoy the breakfast and appreciate it. And we look forward to talking to you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So again, as I always say, I'll wait till everybody sits and then we'll go over it. Again, what I will say is I'll thank my partner in service. I'll thank Lions Club, because when I say it's important for us to bridge the gap between what we do in uniform and with the community, and it's important for our leaders to be involved, our senior people to be involved, as well as the junior. And I want the community to understand that we are here for you. We work with you as closely as we can. We want you to work with us, and that's part of Lionism, is giving us that platform as first responders. It's giving us that platform. So I'm so thankful for that. And I'll keep repeating that because it is important. I know when when my partner in service, my wife, brought up Lionism to me, and I'll tell you, I know some of you may laugh, some of you may be, I don't know. When she brought up Lionism to me, I'm like, well, don't you have to be a certain age to be a lion? Like, am I old enough to be a lion? Because when I was a kid, all the lions were seniors. And I always thought, and no offense, but I always thought it was like an old people, like I didn't know. But I was a kid, I was young, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know Leos existed. But I know that my wife had taken a cue from people like Lion Romeo. She talks about him all the time and how he has guided her and inspired her to take the mantle. And she's talked about those things. And I talk constantly about bridging the gap, not only police and community, youth and community, utilizing Lionism to help us do that because you guys have been doing it for so long. I just wanted to acknowledge a couple of the commanding officers from various precincts. They'll join us up here. Again, you see them walking down the street, they just look just like you and me because they are like you and me. We're coming from the same community. I just wanted to introduce a couple of the commanding officers that are here today, acknowledge them, introduce you to them in case you don't know them, so you know their faces, please. I'm sure they'll tell you. Come up, exchange information, talk to them. I know that we may have some community council presidents in here, or at least people that are familiar with community council, but I'll introduce the gentleman, don't mind, Captain Sufan. Deputy Inspector. So Captain Sufan is the commanding officer of the 7-8 precinct. We'll start moving a little. Here we have CO, Deputy Inspector, he's CO of the 8-4 precinct, which covers most of downtown Brooklyn. He does a lot of work throughout the city, especially on the western part of Brooklyn, Coney Island Avenue area and things of that nature. But commanding officer of the 8-4 precinct. And then last but not least, newly promoted inspector. That's a full-board inspector, which means he's one rank away from being a chief. The newly promoted Inspector Griffith. Inspector Griffith is the commanding officer of the 75th precinct. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the 75th precinct. Commanding officer of the 75th precinct, Inspector Griffith. He actually is the commanding officer for the area that covers this area, as well as the 5.1 square miles of Brooklyn that we call East New York, all the way up from Highland Park down to the Belt Parkway. So Inspector Griffith, and thank you guys so much. Inspector Griffith, you don't mind saying a word with the. Oh, they want a picture first.
Go
ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming out to this wonderful event. When Willoughby's first invited me, kind of like how he said that, when he always heard about lions, that he always thought that they were older. I had the same thought too. So I was surprised when he told me that he was helping take care and run this organization here. But I really appreciate being invited to come here. I love the fact that this is happening right here in East New York today. Yes. East New York, we have a lot of good things going on here. And it's important that we continue to have events that showcases those wonderful things. This partnership between community and police it's truly important. And I look forward to watching this organization grow. And however I can help, I look forward to doing just that as well. Thank you, everyone.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is not really someone that needs a whole lot of introduction, and I don't want to take up too much of his time. What I can say about this gentleman is this. A, he's an outer borough guy, born and bred Brooklyn, Queens guy. So you know what he says he means, and what he says he's going to do, he does. I can appreciate him because I know not only has he worn the same uniform that I've worn, but he's walked the same beats. He's walked through the same communities. And when he tells you that he cares about Brooklyn, and when he cares about Queens, and he cares about this city, let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are mayors in their blocks, mayors in their neighborhood, mayors for a certain community, mayors for an organization, mayors for the people. This mayor is a mayor of the people. He comes from us, he's with us, he supported us, he supports the community, he's sincere in his efforts. I'm not going to waste any more time with the introduction. I'll let him take the platform. I really want to thank, if you're able to, please stand.
First of all, we know one rule: you don't stand for me, I stand for you. You know, and to Dimples and Winston, and really the Lions. Not only as my time as a state senator, but my time as president, Lions is, you're always there. No matter what we did throughout my time in office, you can call on the Lions Club all over the entire country, really. But this is one of the largest, fastest growing clubs here because, Dimples, you just work. You just get it done. And I just wanted to stop out today, no matter what I did today, I wanted to come out here and show my support. People forget that they're just hard-working New Yorkers. Everything we do, it appears as though we have abandoned the everyday hard-working New Yorkers. Who's going to be there for the good guys and ladies? Who's going to be there to protect them? We're passing all the laws to protect people who commit a crime. Who's going to protect the people who are the victims of these crimes? Yes. Who's going to stand with them and say when someone goes in this store and just walks out to steal whatever they want, or when someone is the victim of an assault or a robbery, who's going to be there for them? That's the question that I say to the other aspects of the criminal justice system. But one thing's for clear, in 2022, on January 1st, when I became mayor, I'm saying I'm standing for the good people of this city, and I'm going to protect them, and I'm going to fight on their behalf. There's a lot to do, we know that, but we're moving in the right direction. Don't let anyone kid you that this city's not coming back, roaring back like a lion. Our tourisms are up. We've been successful in decreasing shootings and homicides. We're going to go after those other crimes, those predatory crimes. But when you do this, when you bring out young people that I see in the rear, when you bring them into the fold, when you get them involved with the Lions Club early in life, when they volunteer, when they participate, those are the seeds that we have to plant to make sure that we can produce a qualitative group of young people to take over in the future to come. They're not the leaders of tomorrow, they're the leaders of today. Yeah. Give them an opportunity to lead in the right way. And so I want to say thank you for allowing me to come in and speak with you. Let's continue to do the great work for the city that we love and the city that we're going to continue to serve and protect. And that is my role as the mayor of the city of New York. Thank you so much.
First responder members in black shirts. Just come. All the members. Give me.
Come on, Pastor.
Kids now we have blue chip. Blue chip chicken from blue chip.
More people in the back. More people in the back.
Chips, we're gonna get a staff from Dennys. Staff from Dennys real quick. Thank
Winston, watch your back.
Charles, get in there. Charles.
I see that from camera.
No, this is my job back here. Anthony and Ned. Turn around.
We said her life is complete. Oh, let me move. We said her life is complete. She was going to take pictures of everybody. Hold on one second. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Andrew.
Leave my little spot alone.
That one up there.
I got it. Okay, good. That's it. Ladies, can we get some Thank you. Thank Come on now, you guys gotta release it so we can go.
Jepos, pass it your governor.
Thank you. That's a good thing I remember my
People, you gotta be active. You gotta be up.
Yeah, but people are sitting back in there. No, but already.
All right, let me get everybody a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can get you back out from the doorway and just have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat. I hope he's only going to win. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat. Car being blocked. All right. If I can have everyone's ears.
Okay, good.
There's a car being blocked. If your license plate is HCA 5586, you're blocking someone. HCA 5586, you're blocking someone.
I see him, he's coming.
All right, if I can have everyone just come in. Please have a seat. All right, so I'll make this brief, but there's a couple of things. We all know, whether you're a first responder, whether you're in the military, the ultimate sacrifice is where someone loses their life, obviously, especially in the line of duty, and it's usually in the line of service. All right, that doesn't just impact us who wear the uniform, but it impacts our families. This next gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you, his son, Randolph Holder, lost his life in the line of service to the community, trying to take the gun off the street. I have the highest appreciation, not only for what my boys and brothers in blue do, but for the sacrifices that the families make. It's one thing, you know, we talked about when my first responder started, how what we see impacts us physically and mentally. Well, guess what? It doesn't just impact us, it impacts our families. It impacts our communities, right? So we feel that it's of the utmost importance to acknowledge those family members who are impacted by what we do or what we choose to do on a daily basis. If you would, please put your hands together for Mr. Randolph Holder Sr. He doesn't mind saying a word or two if he chooses, but again, his son made the act of the ultimate sacrifice, not just for the people, but for the community and for us. All right, thank you, Mr. Holder. Before we finish up, obviously we'd like to hear from the president of the First Responders Lions Club, my partner in service, my president,
Everybody, good morning. Thank you for taking the time out to come out with us so early. I know how hard it is on a Saturday, especially to get the kids up this early, much less us adults. I know it's been a struggle. So give yourself a round of applause first of all. I truly want to recognize how diverse this space is when it comes to police, when it comes to community leaders, when it comes to Lions. For those of you who know, who's here, understand how very diverse this group is. To have our youth, to have our seniors, to have us middle-aged folks in the same room is extremely difficult to accomplish, especially on a Saturday and especially in the morning. So today I want to give a round of applause to all of our members who came up and participated. Or the other, because some of our members do not like speaking in public. Like Stacey Robinson. So where is she? So yeah, so she's like, don't call me up, but this is what we have to do to make sure that, you know, you build that confidence in public speaking. I want to thank all the commanding officers and police officers from the various precincts for coming out. And sometimes it's hard to recognize them without their uniform. They're sitting right here at a bar, but you don't really know they're at. And because you know what? They're actually people like us. It's kind of hard to believe that sometimes when they're not in uniform. But I want to give them a round of applause. I want to thank Mr. Bihari Lal, the owner of this establishment, and all his staff. And the future leader of this restaurant and establishment is his daughter. And guess what? Mr. Bihari Lal is not only the owner of this establishment, but as my husband said earlier, he's a Lion. And he's also the owner of the Dennys in Queens.
Oh, wow.
And for those of you who like to go to the terminal market, like I do, to buy your Caribbean food, he's the owner of the restaurant, the business is there too. So be nice to him and know his name. So make sure, when you come here, you support a business, so on and so forth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you want to say a word? Okay, he's not one of those people who like to speak either. But among our club, in our club, in terms of the membership, not only do we have first responders in regards to police officers, we have doctors, we have teachers, we have business owners, we have spouses of people who are first responders. So we want to thank the spouse of those individuals who released them so early in the morning from their warm beds to have them join us, because I know how tough that could be. So we want to thank the spouses. Did I miss anybody? We want to thank the kids, of course. Officer Joseph Robinson for bringing out the kids this early. I'm surprised to see them woke up. Right? What you told them? Well, we're taking up with Santa Claus in December for your presents. I want to thank the mayor, of course, for taking the time to come out. The mayor, of course, we've had a long-standing relationship for years. I've served as his board president appointee back in 2017, and he has had an established relationship from 2014 with my younger daughter Anaya, who's an author. She's not here. So because of that, relationship matters. And being a lion is not only the title as a lion, but in terms of building network and relationship, like I showed you Mr. Bihari Lal, not only is he a lion, but he's a business owner too, right? So it tells you a lot about relationship. When you join a Lions Club, you're opening yourself to a network that is so beyond. It's not only beyond our community, beyond our city, beyond our state, but it's beyond our country, literally, from traveling. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Romeo Hitlao, the second vice district governor of our district. He has been, I don't know if he's still here, I think he left. But he has been a real inspiration behind me becoming a lion, as well as setting up this club. And not to mention PDG Pauline Francis, who's been very instrumental, and our immediate past district governor, Anthony Cochran. We've had a lot of support. It's like a community rallying around us to make sure we have the little successes we've had so far. We do look forward to growing and learning more. We never stop learning. The minute you stop learning, you stop growing. So we always grow and learn. And we want to thank, of course, past council chair, Deborah Harrison, for her leadership as our guiding lion, as well as all of our past district governors who we have in the room, and all of our clubs. We want to acknowledge all the clubs who are here. I think we have a list of all the clubs. Do we have a list of all the clubs who are here? So I think we have a list at the table. Patrice, we have a list at the table of all the clubs that are here. But I know I can see some of the clubs here. I see Midwood, Brooklyn Midwood Lions Club. I see Bed-Stuy Lions Club. Brooklyn Club Nice in the house. And who else do we have? St. Albans Lions Club in the house. And we have Laurelton Lions Club. And New Horizon Lions Club. And South Ozone Park Richmond Hill Lions Club in the house. And New Lots Lions Club. And Brooklyn Clinton Hills Lions Club.
I was in both of them. I was on that same thing.
Vanderveer Lions Club. Are we missing somebody? Mid-Bedford Stuyvesant Lions Club. What's your club? Your club. Nujima Lear Lions Club in the house. Anybody else? Did we miss anybody? Japanese American. And not only do we have another lion from another club, but we have another district. She drove all the way from where?
I took the subway. Number 14. Japanese American.
And which one?
New York Japanese American.
New York Japanese American Lions Club from a different district. And we spend a lot of time together when we go to the convention. That's how we, connected. And this is where I say the world becomes smaller when you go to the conventions. I'm going to call up like Brian Worthington. Where is he? I know he's working the room. So he's going to tell you real quick about the raffle, because with the raffle, the monies that we get from the raffle, all of you who are part of the club know that when you get funding for your club, it goes back to the community. So whatever you donate today goes back to our community. I also want to acknowledge our immediate past district governor's part in service. Mrs. Cochran, she has been instrumental in supporting us in the startup of the club. When she told me that we should start a club, or I should start a club, Joyce Cochran, past district governor, I said, I looked at her and I was shocked because she had told me, you can do it. She said those few words. You can. She's sitting right over there. Wave your hands so they can see you. And she told me, what is it, like maybe 2 years ago when we went to a convention, she's like, you can do it. And I looked at her like, no, I don't think I can. And fast forward, we're here, we're 4 months old, we're babies, we're still creeping, we have a far way to go. But we really want to thank everyone for their support. Stay, eat, enjoy, and Brian is going to come and tell you a little bit about the raffle one more time for those people who came a little late. I want to thank my husband Winston. And, you did a great job hosting, right? Yes. And just to know, he's one of those people on the list who do not like to speak in public. So he's doing a great job. Yeah. And thank you to his co-host. And thank you to my mom, Lion Gloria, at the table, checked everybody in, and Lion Patrice, who checked everybody in, Lion Pascal, who's been helping, Lion Nate, and Lion Gideon, who's been helping walking around, setting everybody up.
Hi everyone. Alright, good morning everyone, and thank you all for coming out. This was indeed a pleasure being here, and it was a surprise to see the mayor come out. Yes, I'm a membership chair. It was indeed a pleasure to see that the mayor took time to come out and visit us this morning. That was quite a surprise, and thank you all for that. I just want to say this. I'm going to Thailand next month. Believe it or not, I just text someone and asked them to find me a Lions Club in Thailand, and they text back to me, there's a Lion Club in Bangkok. Yeah. And they're already finding me a hotel. Okay? So I just want to say it is indeed an honor and a privilege to be a part of this great organization. And as membership chair, we're always looking for a few good men, women, and Leos. So if any one of you who know anyone who wants to be a part of this organization, please call me or contact the president, and we'll vet the person to see whether or not they'll be a good fit for our club. So with that said, thank you all, and I know it was not easy getting up early in the morning to come out. It was hard for me. I was out of my bed at 6 o'clock. I was here at 6:45 because if I came late, I had to do push-ups. And I didn't want to do any push-ups, okay? So thank you all for coming. Enjoy the meal, and enjoy the rest of the day, and stay cool.
Thank you.
And
I'm on the list for public speaking as well. But again, thanks everybody for coming out. And I'm gonna ask you again to dig deep in your pockets for these nice raffle tickets. There's a lot of prizes up there that you guys are gonna win. And we also have some beautiful shirts for sale. Shirts are $25. Raffle tickets are 5 for $20. $20 for 5 tickets. If you do buy a shirt, then you get a free raffle ticket. So when I leave here, this thing should be an empty roll, and all you guys are gonna go, hopefully some lucky person is gonna go home with a prize. And if you don't, then you did a good deed by donating and volunteering your time and your money to First Responders like Lions Club. Thank you.